Govindananda Bharati, also known as Shivapuri Baba, was born in Akikavu, near Guruvayur, Kerala state in AD 1826. He travelled around the world on foot and ship for 40 years and met great personalities like Sri Ramakrishna and Maharshi Aurobindo in India and Queen Victoria, Albert Einstein, Madame Curie, etc. in Europe. He attained Samadhi in Dhruvasthali, near Pashupatinath temple in Gaushala, Kathmandu. Govindananda reached Kathmandu in the second decade of the 20th century. Many great personalities, both foreign and local, including the King of Nepal, came to meet him many times in his ashram at Shivapuri and Dhruvasthali. From there, Thakur Lal Manandar met him and became a disciple of Govindananda Bharati. With Thakur Lal's help, a British man, John Godolphin Bennett, wrote a manuscript on the life and messages of this great saint. Shivapuri Baba was born in 1826 in Kerala, South India. He lost his parents at the age of 9, so his grandfather Achyutam, who was a well-known astrologer in the court of Tipu Sultan and a reputed jeweler and exporter of spices to various countries, looked after him. The family was very learned as well. Even the staff working in the house for service used to talk in Sanskrit, which was their family language. When Achyutam retired and wanted to spend the rest of his life in a forest doing his spiritual sadhana, SB accompanied him. He stayed with him till his death. Thereafter, he entered deep into the Narmada forest and started his quest for God. After nearly 25 years of severe penance, he got God realization, the final destination which, Shivapuri Baba said, every human being must reach. Then, he set out to travel, as wished by his grandfather, for the great journey, the round of the world, 80% on foot, and fortified his knowledge about this world. This, I imagine, enabled him to synthesize worldly knowledge with spiritual achievement. Probably, this helped him to explain about right life to any sort of seekers belonging to different religions or atheists who could understand his teaching very well. What is the gift of his right life? It is very simple: to carry body, intellect, mind and soul to perfection. He said that every living being must reach this goal to become 100% free. Because man, being the crown of all living beings, is the only one who can achieve this. How to achieve this? By practicing the three disciplines: physical, mental and spiritual. Physical discipline: it takes the seeker's body and intellect to perfection by making his body healthy, at the same time restricting himself to his swadharma or chosen duty and never straying into useless and harmful activities, make his life successful and wealthy. He becomes happy and lives his life as a king. But he cannot achieve the highest, God. Mental discipline: this discipline tames his mind, as a result of which it comes to possess the commanding and controlling powers over his senses and their objects. He becomes free from his likings and dislikings. He does not stray into speculation and unlawful desires and actions. In this way he becomes happy and accomplished yogi with full of occult powers. But still he is short of God. With his death all his accomplishments disappear. Spiritual discipline: the last discipline enables him to acquire divine qualities. His soul, bereft of his identification with his body, intellect and mind, his false I, the cage in which he was imprisoned till then. After this he comes to know his real I, the Purusha. God, the Father, bestows him his grace which makes him fit enough to fly to his kingdom, his birthplace, his birthright, his goal. He becomes Purushottama, the greatest. He becomes omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, eternally blissful and immortal. Shivapuri Baba implores every man to achieve this, recommending the practice of the three disciplines simultaneously, not dissociated. In the beginning, the first two will be predominant. At the end, the third becomes predominant. Famous sayings of Shivapuri Baba. One cannot turn towards God with sincerity unless he completely fails in life. The best place to live is the forest. Next to that is a palace. All other places are hell. Orthodox people don't like me because I live like a modern man, and modern people don't like me because I talk like an orthodox man. Nobody accepts me because if they could understand me, they would understand God Himself. As long as you are after material objects, there is no end to your misery. When this stops, you will become happy on your own. The Hindu trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar are also of no use. Before I used to run after them, now they run after me. Art should be idealistic, thinking should be realistic, and life should be artistic. Until we realize God, everything we do will go against us. Relatively speaking, everybody is right, absolutely speaking, everyone is wrong.